Welcome back. The wind noise from this clip was horrendous, so I moved to a voiceover. What we have going on is the Scion Tc that all of my kids have learned so far to drive on. Called it quits. Well, not completely. It wouldn't start up after church on Sunday morning, so headed over and grabbed my trailer, grabbed the car, and brought it back to the garage so we could start digging in and figuring out what was going on. All right, got it back home and slid in the garage, and we're gonna dive in. Probably start with fuel pressure first and make sure it has some fuel. Okay, when we turn the key on, we are not hearing anything from the fuel pump back here underneath the seat. So we pulled the seat out. We're going to vacuum this up real quick, and then we're going to pull this line and see if this pump is putting out any pressure at all. It'll make a little gas smell in the car here if something does come out, but there's no good test port on this car. So we're just going to pull the line back here and see if the pump pushes anything out. We've got that hose disconnected there. We're going to shove a rag over the top of it and then cycle the key and see if anything comes out of that pump. I suspect nothing. Let's see. Yeah. It's not shooting out. No. Yep. Okay. Fuel pump dead.
Not even any liquid.
Well, that was a bit of a rabbit chase. I figured out after a little research that this pump on the Scion TCs does not prime with the key on. It only comes on when you're actually cranking for whatever reason. And thus, I tested it, and that pump actually comes on when you start cranking. So pump is good. We will throw this all back together and continue looking. I'm probably guessing it's a crank or a cam position sensor at this point, since that pump comes on. So we should be getting fuel to the fuel rail. But we'll get this thrown back together. Well, it's been a couple days, but we actually got this thing fixed, and I need to finish off this quick little video and update you on what exactly caused the problem. So we found out that the fuel pump, as you saw, was working perfectly fine. Threw that back in, threw the seat back in, and waited for my son to get home because he actually had my code reader in his truck, my other son. So he got home. We threw the code reader on this thing just to figure out like what kind of codes it was throwing. I was thinking that maybe it was a problem with the ECU or something along those lines. And what popped up was a body code for the immobilizer. And what we figured out pretty quickly, because we have a second key, is that one of the keys somehow is damaged and the car won't start with that key. The other key, it'll start and run perfectly fine all the time. So we've got a bad key. I don't know exactly how that happens, but one of the keys is bad. Doesn't start the car anymore. So somewhere along the line, we'll get a second key. But at least we've got the car running, and it turned out to be not that big of a deal. Probably should have started with the code reader first, but we didn't. So we went through all the other troubleshooting steps, but it's working now. So that'll do it for this quick video. Thanks for watching along, and I'll see you on the next one.